Hello, collective. So let's find out what's going on in the energy the day after Lionsgate. So it's been very powerful energy all the way up until this day. Lots of people have had things that they now see that they need to work on, and they now see that would be really good for their happiness if they did. Some of it is not easy, and we're doing it. Let's go ahead and check out the energy and see what's going on. Remember that the energies can be reversed. So if I'm talking about a person and you're like, hey, that sounds more like my person and not me, that's fine. You can just assign the roles as you please. If this reading does not resonate with you, just stick around because there's probably something in the reading that you need to hear. Remember that this reading is timeless, so whenever you're brought to this reading, that there's something in it for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's possible I'm not picking up on your energy. That happens sometimes. And if this reading does not resonate with you, it could be that I'm not picking up on your specific energy at this time. If you like this reading, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. This way you get notified as soon as I post something new. I want to thank all the people who've been donating to this channel and who have been supporting this channel by subscribing, liking, and all of those wonderful things. I so appreciate it. And thank you to the new people that are here checking this out. So let's see what's going on with the energy today. And I would like to know the energy from today to about a week from now. Energy is fluid, so we can ask for a date, but the universe doesn't really work like that. But we'll do our best to try to grasp whatever energy that we can. All right, so I'm only accepting the highest and best truth for the collective's highest and best good, bringing forth the most accurate answers. What is going on in this energy now? What do we need to know? How are we feeling? What's our next steps? All of those lovely things. Here we go. Okay. So the you now, I have them upside down. The next step, the obstacle, the strength, and the outcome. The overall energy is this illusion is now being brightened up with the 10 of Cups. So we have this illusion that maybe we didn't want to see, maybe we didn't want to recognize, maybe we knew on a subconscious level, or maybe we had brought up before in the past but just got swept under the carpet and swept under the carpet until finally now we're actually looking at this illusion and giving it some clarity and also giving it some justice. All right. So, and that is going to open up the 10 of Cups for us. That's very good. Okay, just wanted to move that a little bit. Okay, so here we go. So the you now, what is happening? What's the energy for us now as a collective? It's the energy of moving on or moving forward, or the wheels are starting to turn and now there's movement in our lives. So the stuck energy, the stagnant energy is no longer there. And now we're able to feel like we can move forward, and we feel like we're moving forward in a different way, in a stronger way, in a way that we never felt like we could move forward before, but now it feels like that door has been opened and we can now move through the door. What is the next step? The next step is the Justice card, which is probably the apology or the thing that you deserve. It's like, let's find out a little bit more about what this means for justice, because justice could be marriage. It could be, I mean, if we're looking at it in that way, it could be marriage. It could be selling and buying of a home, those types of things. But I really feel like this is like an apology and a moving on. Maybe you apologize to yourself. Maybe somebody apologizes to you. Maybe it's that the universe is like, you deserve your justice. It's time for you to get your justice. The way the Justice card works is if it's in your reading, it means it's going in your way. It's going in your favor. So let's find out a little bit more about that Justice card, huh? Okay. So we're in a really good spot. We're making really good decisions, or it's forcing us to make decisions that maybe we didn't want to make before. And we have the feeling around this connection as that it's done. Whatever happened, and that made you make really logical decisions because of the truth that came out. So let me show you one more time. So we're in a really good spot because the Justice is bringing us and putting us in a really good place where we started to make decisions about our home, our money, our life, our love, whatever the decisions were. But these were very important decisions to make, and decisions that you didn't even see that were coming, that you were going to have to make these choices, right? But it's definitely choices and juggling of some thoughts and some feelings and juggling everything to where you could make it all balance out so you could really see what the big picture is, where are we going, what does this mean for you? And because of that, you're done. You're done. You're moving on because you're done with this energy and done with the old way of doing this. Because the truths that came out were things that you were blinded to, and you had lots of truths that came to your understanding, and that these were the swords of truth that came in. Now there's no more blindfold. You see what's going on. You see, yes, now you validated yourself. The justice is maybe could your own validation of what you always knew to be true, but you were gaslighted, you were blame shifted, whatever it was that the tactics that were used against you, that you didn't have the background knowledge to even know what that stuff was. So why would you doubt that somebody, I mean, we all think that that there's good people in the world. So when we come into contact with someone who isn't for our best, sometimes we can't see it because we're like, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody be that way? Well, that's, it could be because of karma lesson that you need to learn. Maybe you did it to them in the past life or whatever. There's many reasons why things come up in our lives. We planned it that way, all of those things. But lots of truth, lots of truth, and that's making you feel strong in your own truth now, because you're like, yeah, I see this for what it is, and now I feel really strong in my own truth. You can't tell me what I don't know anymore. Like, you can't tell me, like, you can't switch the conversation around for me anymore. You can't make me feel like it's all my fault and blame shift and gaslight and all of these things that you were doing in order to control the situation, because this is about gaining your own control back and your own power back. Okay, so what is the you in this situation, or the obstacle that's in the way for you? There we go, in the way. So what is that? The obstacle is that person or whoever you're dealing with the obstacle is that I'm hearing really strongly that this is something that God is doing. So it's not like you don't have any control, but it feels like you don't have control over it, because it's kind of like the obstacle in your way is that you have to put it in God's hands. At this point, it's kind of like you have to trust in God and know, like, you got me, and so I'm just going to let this play out the way that it needs to play out, because some of you guys are like, it's time for me to take off. You know what I mean? Some of you guys are like making an exit strategy, and God might be saying, well, yes, that exit strategy is great, but not yet. You need to follow my lead. You need to follow what I'm saying. You need to feel it in your intuition. Like, you'll know exactly when it's time for you. So that's kind of what I'm feeling is the obstacle is that you feel like you don't have a lot of power, because the power is in God's hands right now, where you feel like you could make great decisions, or that you've made really good decisions. However, the doors haven't completely opened for it yet, so you're kind of like, it's in a waiting game in God's hands, I guess, is kind of how you're feeling about it, because not everything has fully come into fruition and manifestation yet. So it's kind of like, when it's ready, you will know. Okay, so what is the strength? The strength is that you know that there's something better for you on the horizon. You have been told, you have the intuition, you know that there's something better for you, and so that's your strength. That's the thing that's holding you on, is that you know that this union that you want is coming. And so maybe you thought that it was going to be in this relationship, but now you realize it's not in that relationship. It might be in another relationship, or it could be in this relationship, but this person has a lot of work to do before they can get up to that place, but you know that it's on the horizon because God told you it was on the horizon. You feel it in your intuition. You feel that it's very strong. I also want to see what else is helping you, because I feel like there's more than that. I guess what I'm hearing is like your focus is on the right place. You're not looking at the pessimism. You're not looking at all of those things. You're looking at the optimism of the situation. And maybe you heard some really good news about this other love or this other thing, and you're like, you know what? That's really cool, because that's making me feel really strong. You know what I mean? Maybe you heard some good news, like something was coming towards you, or somebody was doing better, or something like that. I don't know. There's some sort of news that you may have heard that made you feel really stronger, that as this was falling apart, on the other end of that, or the other spectrum of that, you're like, well, but I see something else in the future, because that is why God was showing you that in the future. So let me see what this is. Can I get a little bit more about the Three of Cups, please? Get a little bit more explanation, clarification on that Three of Cups. Okay. So the clarification that I got in my mind was love and happiness. So, yeah, it's planning in a new direction, planning forward. And this time it's going to be more in line with what your spiritual self is. You have a karmic cycle ending. So yeah, let me show you. So you're planning for your future. There's something new, there's something different, and getting rid of the thing that was this problem and bringing in something new. And it's all has to do with spiritual alignment and spiritual practice. Maybe it has to do with just coming in line with who you are spiritually, or also it could be, let's see, High Priestess. The High Priestess is like the end all be all when it comes to like really knowing about your spirituality. So this is a planning to bring something in a lot more solid that has to do with healing of the heart. And like I said, it was a karmic thing, ending of an old cycle and bringing in a brand new one. The timing is just right for this cycle to be ending, okay? But we're waiting for the time to be right for you to actually make the move. Now, emotionally, you've made the move. You've made plans, whatever it is. And now as God starts to manifest those plans for you, making them happen, then you will know when everything is placed just right. You will have the intuition that it's time to actually fully let that go. Because I'm pretty sure in the last reading that I did, it said that you need to release your ex. So for those of you, this is a love reading. It could be a love reading, but this could be a career reading. Well, you could be releasing your old job or something of that sort. So it really depends on how it's playing out in your life. This does not necessarily have to be love, but the Lionsgate energy is working on a huge soulmate cycle. So I have a feeling that it does it a lot. For a lot of you guys, it's going to be about love, okay? Now, what is the outcome? The outcome is the best card in the entire deck, which is the World. So it's a major arcana card, which means it is like everything that you can't get anything better than the World card. It's everything. It's everything all encompassed. The money, the love, the everything. It's pretty much like, I'm feeling like whatever you went through here, that if you followed your intuition and you followed God and you did what God showed you to do, then what's happening now is this is your reward for that. It's your reward for doing what you felt was right in your heart, instead of just making these egotistical ideas or these thoughts. Okay, so let's dive into if it is love. Let's find out a little bit more about this love. And maybe get some advice cards as well. And then we will close out this reading. If you like this reading, entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And we will stay connected. How's that? I just put my new website out. I am starting to do personal readings. I forgot to tell you guys that. So check that out, right? And I have a Reiki class, Reiki 1 and 2, the Holy Fire Reiki, which I'll come on and explain what that is. But Holy Fire Reiki is an increased energy around what's going on right now. So Usuri is the main Reiki that people do, but Holy Fire is the next step up, and why you would want to do this particular class. And that is all on the website, and it would be through Zoom. So if that's something that interests you, then just go ahead and fill out the contact form, and I will contact you the details, or give you the details. Okay, so let's find out. So yeah, there was some deception, which you found out. And that's what this right here was, okay? The illusion. There was a deception and illusion that you didn't realize and that you didn't know. And you found it out, though, through the Lionsgate energy. And there's definitely some forgiving and learning that needs to happen. And I think I'm feeling like it's more forgiving of yourself that you stayed in this. Forgiving of yourself that you may feel like it's harder to do what you need to do now because you stayed into it. But at the same time, it's really about just healing the past and releasing it and experiencing more love in the present moment. So I'm feeling like for some of you guys, you are so strong right now that this is not going to be as hard as I think you think it's going to be. But definitely bringing in some playfulness into the situation, maybe not with this person, but maybe with the other person that's coming in. And remember, there's going to be some more romantic feelings that are coming out. And know that you deserve love. This is all part of you deserving love that you didn't get. That here it is again, release your ex. Wow, that came up again. Yeah, so that's interesting, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and move in to see what the advice cards are. All right, let's see. So your commitment is being tested. Ooh, ouch. Step out of your comfort zone. It's a time for healing. A new romantic cycle begins. So this healing is super important, and a personal issue reaches resolution. So this cycle is really important because your commitment to yourself is being tested. That's what I'm feeling very strongly about that card. And it's time to step out of your comfort zone. Some of you guys have just let someone just rule your lives. Some of you guys let someone be in charge of everything, be in control of everything. And you focused your love in on this person because you thought that was the right thing to do. And that person had deception. Okay, that person didn't withhold your love in the highest value. They didn't value you. They disrespected you. And so that's what they're saying. And so this is a time for healing that disrespect and that undervaluement. This is a time to heal all of that. And because when you do that, then a personal issue that you've had for a while is going to be resolved, and that will allow a new romantic cycle to come about. So those of you who have not gotten the call from your new soulmate, that's because we still have a little bit more energetic work to do. But I feel like it's getting closer and closer. As I feel like even though you might be going through this, if it had happened 5 years ago, it would have destroyed you. But I feel like since it's happening right now with the way the energy is right now, I feel like you're stronger and you can do this, and you know you can do this. And so you may have had a couple of breakdowns in the last couple of days leading up until this day, but what that did is that it actually made you stronger. Like when I was talking about how the doctor said that when you break a bone, that your body has to push all this calcium to make a new bone, and all this, it works so hard to make a new bone that the bone becomes stronger. So even though it was broken, a lot of times it's actually stronger because you broke it, which is really crazy. So I kind of feel like the same way with this, like just because you were broken, you're going to come out of this so much stronger and so much better, and you'll get your reward for the new romantic cycle. So if you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. This way you get notified as soon as I post something new. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.